Welcome to another edition of Trucker Talk. Today is a beautiful day, man. And to me, I can say that I actually feel like I got energy. I feel rested, man.
That's good. I like that.
I feel rested. So, like I was telling the LJ earlier, I said before I had that. It's like a mental fog, and a lot of people don't really understand it unless you're not used to getting sleep or you have the lack of sleep or you're getting lack of sleep. So but I feel good though, man.
Because lack of sleep it changes everything. Your whole
Uh,
mindset. Yeah. It's lethargic. I mean, you just like depriving your body without oxygen. Kind of the same scenario. You just can't get it together.
right.
That's why I would tell you, get your sleep. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it took me years to figure that out. So now I'm at a different point in my life and I'm figuring it out. So so what I say, somebody's got to pay it's gonna cost you something.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might cost you your sanity, but yeah, can't help but I went to Lowe's the other day, man, got me I'm gonna say plants because people say flowers, but you know, it can be a masculine or feminine thing. But
Mhm.
I like to do my landscaping, and I'm gonna work on that either this evening or in the morning before I go to church. So,
There you go.
but
Well,
it's that time of the year, man.
pretty cool. You can probably do it this afternoon. That way you're not late for church.
See, I ain't even gonna say I can't come back with that because they always owe me about. I show up. The important thing is I show up. Whether it's the first song, the second song, guess what?
Sure.
I show up. That's the important thing.
Effort is everything in it.
E for effort. Hey, I'm trying. I'm trying. So I am trying, man. So your work week was
Oh,
pretty
it's
good
going
this
good,
week.
man. Of course, summertime is getting busy for us, so it's a little hectic sometimes, but we make it through it.
Well, one thing I can say is I don't hate to say it, but I do miss the because I wasn't used to getting that sun, because the sun went away at night. So now I'm working during the day, but man, some of the things, and this will be a whole nother episode we'll talk about. But well, let me just say some of the stores that I go to, man, and
I've told you about them.
well, talking to the different managers and just the different individuals, man, I really didn't know until I see the stuff. I'm not going to detail. Like I said, this will be a whole nother podcast,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm learning a lot about people, managers that are salary, which I've never been a manager, man. I've been salary, but I'm learning about it still at being 2026. Just the pressure, the all the things that they're under, and like I said, I've talked to you on the phone and listened to people, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
because like I said, I'm in a different world. I was in a different world, but what I see now is I'm just like, man, it's amazing. It's fascinating to me. But these are the times that we're living in. You
Yep.
have places that are, they're shorthanded, and then I guess coming up working, I've been working since I started off mowing yards before I was 15, and my first job was I got at 15 working at the Carmike Cinemas out west. So nowadays, nobody wants to work. And what is you give me that? You gave me a mean look, man.
I'm gonna diverse.
You gave me a mean look, man.
I'm gonna redirect that one.
Okay.
And I hear that quite a bit. People say people don't want to work. I don't think it's the fact that people don't want to work. They don't want to work for nothing. That's the way I see it. And you've run across these situations working now.
Okay.
People tend to put up with stuff they don't want to put up with, but they complain about it, and then it's going to go and tie into the podcast. They hate their jobs,
Right.
but they don't want to leave, or they can't leave, for whatever reason, or don't have a desire to leave.
They don't have a desire. I would say you got a choice. At the end of the day, you got a choice.
You got a choice, and people say, "Well, people don't want to work nowadays." I said, "Yeah, but what you got to put up with sometimes is it worth the money you're getting paid for to do it?" I know every job's going to be different. Every person's going to be different. That's kind of what I see, even in what I do. I'm like, paid this amount for this. I say, yep, this is what y'all get paid. And like, that's not enough for what we do. And expectation from companies now. high as well. And you've seen that because you remember you talking about this manager people.
Yes, yes.
Same thing. She's there and hating it every day she wakes
Yeah,
up,
she's there
stressed out to the max.
to the max. Working off. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I worked. She's like, I come in on my day off and salary and I'm working. I'm thinking, so you working for free? Like,
There you go.
I'm knock on wood. I've never had to do that, and I hope I don't ever have to do that. But that's tough, and yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
And
And probably not the first time. That's what's sad about it. It's a continuous cycle. That people come
Yeah.
in on the off day. Well, I'm just going to do just a little bit. I'm going to do this. Hopefully, my tomorrow won't be as bad.
yeah, but everything wrote well.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
So I like to say that. But wow. But the safety tip of the day. Check. This is more mental health. Check on your mind like you check your truck.
Yep.
Loneliness and stress hits different on the road. Talk to somebody, even if it's quick. That's one thing I had to learn, man. Like whether it was 2-minute conversation, I noticed it changed my spirits a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. It breaks up that mental thing you had in your head. You know?
Correct.
Now you got something else to think about.
You got something else to think about. Hey, as you say, until.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about silence doesn't fix anything. It teaches people you'll accept it. Sometimes the loudest message is no message at all. Sometimes the loudest message is no message at all. So what does silence really mean? Silence can mean avoidance, fear of confrontation, emotional shutdown, or a lack of respect or interest. So George, how people interact, or from your experience, I know he got a million experiences. This man knows everything.
No.
Most of every day.
Just
So-
experiences.
How people interpret how do people interpret silence differently? Like when you see people silent and you talk to people and you come, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're good at reading body language. So
I look at where I see it sometimes silence, and it's actually one of the highlights we talk about is the decrease of confrontation.
okay,
I don't want to talk about it. Well, if I talk about it, they're going to get mad about it. So I just don't say anything. So rather than have that conversation, avert that conflict, just don't say anything about it. Just, well, it's what it is, what normal with the reality. I say to try to divert conversation or conflict. It's down to.
yeah, but you can take it either way. Like me, depending on who I'm dealing with, and this man, just like with certain things, you stress to me intention. Like he say
Yeah.
intentions, and I'm like, you've been saying that to me for years now, and it finally clicked the other week, and I'm learning how to listen more, but I'm listening to certain words
Yeah.
and certain phrases versus reading listen to a whole or I ain't gonna say a autobiography or a obituary,
Yeah.
a eulogy. So I'm learning to listen to particular words when somebody is presenting something to me.
Yeah, and it is a tough
So-
thing. You know, talk about this, but when we came up with this, it's like, you know, and it goes back into the mental health side of things as well, because it does mess with a person. I think mental capacities when
Yes.
they have something in their heart or their mind, but they can't talk about it because of fear of making this other person mad, and you don't want to do that either. So you just sit in silence.
Yeah, but silence can be deadly too, because
Very.
I dealt with that at one period of time in my life, and at one point I was thinking in my mind, like, I don't want to put my problems off on other people, but like I said, it took me a while
Mhm.
because even with my mom and dad, my mom and dad, they have 6 kids, but even at those certain times, they had their own. They're still growing and learning. They got grandkids. They have jobs, and this was before when my mom was retired and then my dad retired. So there again, I don't want to put at that time. I didn't want to put my problems off on them, so I stayed silent.
Yeah.
So, in the way I was raised in their household, my dad had the tough guy mentality, and that was how we was raised. So, I really couldn't, even if I wanted to go to him like that. I could go to him, but my expectations of what his response was not. It was not. I guess it was not to my expectations because I expected something different.
And it probably wasn't even helpful.
No, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't. So, and I expected it. I knew what to expect. I guess if I can say that.
Yeah.
So, but the real talk. So, if they if they cared enough, would they really leave you guessing? As far as like when people are solid, when
Mhm.
they give you that solid. And at my age now, I ain't boo boo the food. I wasn't born yesterday, so I know if I text you or if I call you, if we're having a conversation, and then the conversation goes left, I not that I'm assuming, but I have enough common sense because there's certain ways that I ask questions and I ask certain things to get the answers or the results that I need to get. So it's there again, it's not a game with me. It's just I gotta find out things that I need to know.
Right. And to avoid the conversation.
They avoid,
They
yes.
divert to something totally different. It's like,
Yes.
well, we're not gonna, we try to keep everybody anonymous. You just had a conversation the other day. Call somebody, reaching out to them, and what? And it's like, my goodness.
Well,
There you again. But how I feel about that kind of stuff. It's like
you feed what wants to be
wants to be
fed.
fed. That's just my motto.
And I'm at this point in my life, time, me and the guy Brandon that I was training with, we talking about time at I ain't gonna say at my age, because if I say at our age, you're like, you younger than me. So time is the most valuable thing we got. So at 41, I value my time. I value everything I do. So just like I was telling you and somebody else, I said, when I get up on the weekends, like some people, they get up, they turn music on, they turn the TV on. Me, for some reason, on Saturdays and Sundays, like I don't want no noise. So when I get up, I'll get up. I have the same routine. I do my devotion, brush my teeth, take my medication, go downstairs, turn the coffee pot on, and it's like I sit in silence. What I'm doing is I'm recapping things and just trying to go over things. Did I miss this? What are things I need to change? Just like I was telling a friend of mine this other day, I said, I realize I don't have any hobbies. I don't have no hobbies. And how do you get to this point in your life? And then there again, my mind gets to thinking even deeper, from when my son was younger, from the sports to me working, trying to just survive and paying this, paying that. I really, not saying I really didn't have hobbies, but of course I had parties, I threw parties and all that stuff. But most of my friends are married, they're older, and nobody, not partying was, I guess, fun back then. Now that I'm older, it's like, I'm on to other things. So I just can't get into those things. So now I have to recreate me a new life and find some new hobbies. And one of the things I was talking about doing is I'm gonna probably buy me like a 9mm. I ain't gonna say how many guns I got, but I have some guns. So, but what I want to do is go to the gun range and I'm gonna get back into kayaking because at Asper Park you can drop
Yeah.
your boats or your kayaks in, and that's just 11 minutes down the road for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with that. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's good because I don't have any hobbies. Well, because I'm in the gym when I feel like going or when I want to go.
When he feels like going,
yeah, when I feel like
he literally feels like going.
Yeah.
He'll go.
If I don't,
He don't go.
I don't go, and I don't sweat about it. I says nah. But this hobbies is like that. I think, and I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's where me, it's where my mind settles.
Yeah.
I can sit on the front porch and I'll have a cup of coffee or I have something to eat. I'm just watching the sunrise. I
Right.
guess that's my hobby, but I like doing it. To me, it's peace of mind, and I just like to look at the wonders of the world, the stuff that people take for granted. A sunrise, it rises every day, but it rises differently each day.
Yeah, he tells me that I'm gonna get to that one day eventually. He'll say, "Well, this was over here." I don't even know what he's talking about, but he's explaining it to me, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I look outside, I see a sky, I see the sun, and he's like, "Well, it was over here," and I'm like, "How does he know that?" But he sits on the porch every day. He literally does it every day,
Yeah.
so he knows I will get there one day.
Yeah. And that's just what I do. Like I said, I'm in the gym quite, when as I want to. And that's kind of like, I guess that would be my hobby. But and
That's
for
a
you,
hobby.
yeah, for you, your kayaking, that would be a good hobby. And it's
Right.
also get back into the strength training, and you can see nature,
Yes.
and that's an individual thing because now on that you'll probably run into other people, and you're
Correct.
starting to meet people also out there kayaking. So I think it'd be a wonderful thing.
It can be a social thing, and they always get on me about being late to church. But like I said, next Sunday, not this Sunday, but I'm gonna be serving up coffee, so I will be on time.
Yeah.
Y'all can watch this again. I will be on time. He's like, yeah, I will be on time. I'll be earlier. So, but anyways, being ignored creates overthinking, self-doubt, anxiety. So, speaking to the listener, so you start questioning your worth over somebody else's lack of communication. I've been there too many times,
Yes.
man.
Ooh.
And it's like I'm in my feel. I call it I'm in my feelings
Yeah.
because you can communicate, you can drop hints and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, you're like, they ain't getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it creates the overthinking.
Yeah. And you always wonder, okay, do they care as much as for me as I care about them?
Correct.
They're not, how I am about texting. If I text people, I give you 6
Boy,
months
I
to
ain't no
reply.
bull.
After 6 months, after a year, you delete it. I'm gonna give you grace. I'm gonna give you 6
Boy.
months to reply. I give you 6 months, and I give you 6 months. And I give you 1 year. Then after that, it's deleted. Because I'm thinking, unless you've lost your phone, even if you get a weird number, you can say, "Who is this?" So I think this the reply that we need, and you kind of like, okay, avoidance. Are you avoiding me, or you get in your feelings? You start to wonder. You start questioning things, and that avoidance makes a world of difference. And you feel at that point, it's like, well, what did I do to this person?
Well, some people say they're bad, and I love my son to death.
Yeah.
But I would say he's probably one of the world's worst. I love him, but
I'm gonna defend him. You know how I do. I do it every
you
time.
always defend him.
Every time.
Hey, but I'm just saying,
Got a
I
lot going on.
can get in my feelings and be like, I done texted this, and that. But there again, it's a me issue. Because when I text him or if I text anybody, it's like you expect your expectation. You're like,
Expectations, yes.
I know they just he got the text or she got the text.
Yeah.
And you're waiting around and you're like, well, dang, so they don't, then you get no feelings. They don't care about me. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not as important. But yeah, you defend them.
Yeah.
So are you the solid one? So are you avoiding tough questions, or are you avoiding tough conversations, or are you shutting down instead of speaking up? So the accountability message, solids can protect you, but it can also isolate you. Just like before I said, I used to, when I was going through a lot, I would isolate myself. I would just drink and keep it to myself, and like I said, at the end of the day, I'm thinking that as far as my parents, I'm not putting weight on them, but I kept it to myself, and I was really hurting myself in the end. But now that I've came out of that, which I won't go back to those habits again because they are some, or they're toxic habits. To me, it's a toxic habit,
Right.
to do those things. So, but solids versus peace. So, not all silence is bad. Peaceful silence equals healing, but toxic silence equals punishment.
Yeah.
That's where that, I can say toxicity, but that's where that toxic side comes.
Yeah.
When we're not saying you piss somebody off, but somebody's mad at you because you can text them. Y'all been texting all day long for weeks and weeks, and then you text me like, dang,
Yep.
they ain't responding. So in your mind, not to assume, but you're like, yeah, I know they mad at me.
Yeah.
You
But
just feel it in your gut.
that lack of communication as well. Like I said, when they don't get that reply that you expect, and it does.
You expect.
It makes you wonder. You wonder about it until it's that conversation is had.
Right.
If you never had it, you avoid it, and it's like now the silence becomes much longer because you closed the door. I'm not going to talk to him because he's not talking to me, and vice versa. It's just pretty serious.
Yeah, but it's the individual's mentality, just like, I won't say the guy's names, but just like today, I told you went out with some good friend of mine, and we ate. And two of the guys, they had that kind of the same similar conversation, and it's like a falling out, family, but they mentioned the falling out or whatever,
Right.
and they was saying how they was avoiding each other and this and that, but instead of the one guy or whoever being the one to step up to speak to the one, it took one of them to say, "Hey, I was wrong. I was in my feelings." And so we tend to do that, and it's understandable. But I've done it too many times in my life. I mean, with family, I've done it too many times. And at 41, I think about those times, and I think about the years or even the months that went by. But there again, my mindset, my ego, because ego does
It plays a part.
play a big part in that. And a lot of people won't admit that, but my ego kicked in. And so I was like, no, I don't need to talk to you.
Yes.
And it's like you hold your breath in the water to see who's gonna suffocate.
That's kind of where you end up.
See who's gonna die first. And it's
Yeah.
like, who's the tough guy? Yeah, I'm done with that, because all it does is it hurts you, man.
I think sometimes too, we're talking about silence leads to more silence or equals more silence. I think being able to communicate the issue you have, and sometimes I want to do people know how to communicate an issue. Because if it turns into an argument, somebody has to step back and say, "Look, I'm just trying to explain to you. This is how I feel about it. Correct me if I'm wrong," kind of thing.
Right.
Then everybody gets defensive.
Correct.
Like, okay, well, say what you got to say. I say what I got to say. And I've had this conversation like this before. Conversation was pretty much one sided. I'm gonna tell you what I feel.
Correct.
And I'm done with it.
Correct.
Like, you can't be done with it because the conversation is really still open.
It's still open.
And I think we need to get better at communicating and problem solving or listening to each other's concerns.
Concerns, opinion, all of that.
All of that, yeah. Because
All of
if you don't take time to stop and listen and look at it from, I always, another phrase I use, I look at it from their point of view or their eyes,
Right.
Not just a me thing.
Right.
So I look at it let me look at this thing from another view, how they feel, what it looks like from how they trying to explain it to me. So,
right.
And it makes a little bit more sense. But when it's one sided, and I've seen conversations go this way, it's going to be my way or no way.
Or no way, yes, and that's not good.
My way is the right way, and it's like, no, your way is not. Your way is your way. It's not the correct way. It's how you feel. So I think we have to learn. People have to learn really how to have these conversations without becoming a fight, and then it becomes an avoidance. Now the silence is even more because, they make me mad, so I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. And the problem is
but
still
they don't
there.
fit the problem.
It's still there, and it just adds up because now you got that. And something that's going to pop up, and it's probably going to stem from that conversation. Not fixed it, so it's like, okay, we didn't fix this problem. Now we got another one to add to the problem we already had the first time. So yeah, I think just need to learn how to communicate our concerns to each other better, without conflict.
I think they should have taught communication should be a subject in school. They should start in the elementary school. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think communication should be just the main subject.
Yeah.
To teach young people to older people.
Yeah.
Teach you how to communicate.
How to communicate effectively without arguing about stuff. And I think then it kind of goes to respect. Each person has their right to their opinion.
Correct. Everybody's got a right to it. I tell people all the time, and I tell some people get so mad at me because I'm like, I respect your opinion. That's your opinion, but you ain't right. But I will listen to you, and you can give me your opinion. And they don't like that.
Oh,
but I respect your opinion, but that's not it. So I appreciate it.
That mentality, but do it every single time. It is just, I think it just increases and I think it even going back to kids, when kids see parents having these conflicts, or the dad or the son out with the dad or the daughter out with the mom, and just whoever they're out with, if they see their model or their role model not being able to resolve conflict, it trickles down to them. So they're going to have that same reaction with conflict. So like you say, it starts in school. As soon as you got my pencil, I'm going to throw hands.
Yeah, hey, it does. It does.
From school.
It does, man.
And that leads to another whole podcast.
I like how you say it. It's a whole other subject. You could come up that day.
Yeah.
So, but peace gives clarity, silence creates confusion. So, breaking the cycle. So I want to encourage y'all, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. So, regardless, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Set boundaries with people who go silent.
Yep.
I do that now.
Yeah.
Stop chasing clarity from people committed to confusion. So, if they choose silence, you choose distance.
Yes.
Or I said it wrong. If they chose silence, you chose distance. That's just, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, the closing message: silence is a response. Some people they get it confused, but silence is a response, and sometimes it's the answer you didn't want, but you need it.
Yeah.
So, don't let someone's silence make you feel small. Let it reveal what words were hiding. I'm just saying, man.
Might wanna
You say it
repeat-
again. I'm gonna say that
repeat,
again. So,
yes.
and sometimes it's the answer you didn't want, but you need it. So, don't let someone's silence make you feel small. Let it reveal what words were hiding. So, but yeah, man, that's some
Yeah.
good
And
stuff,
it's
man.
Totally make so much logic behind that.
It is logic behind it, man. But you just have to got to communicate. Don't stay silent. Communicate. And I got a couple of quotes, man. Silence is golden when you can't think of a good answer. That's by Muhammad Ali. You ever heard that one?
Oh my goodness.
Silence is golden when you can't think of a good answer.
Hmm.
That's food for thought.
That is, I'm gonna use that this week.
Hey,
And it does. It's the truth. We see it every day. That's what's so crazy about it. We see things like this in our day-to-day life, and we just don't put them in perspective. And hopefully this should put, a lot of things in perspective, with our listeners.
well, if but you have to kind of just listen to it and just to get the breakdown forward, the understanding. So, and this is another quote: It's better to remain silent and be thoughtful. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. That's by Abraham Lincoln. I said that I broke it up and messed it all up. So, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. It's by Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man, and like I said, good topic, man. Good,
Hopefully,
like I said, we convert. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, hoping these things could kind of jog your memory and help you out. That's why I come up with these topics, because we'll sit sometime. We'll talk, of course, every day. And I was thinking something that happens. I'll be talking to somebody, and I'm thinking, because when people talk to me, then I really dwell on. I think about it a lot because I'm trying to rationalize. I'm trying to make it make sense. If there's another way around this conflict that this person is having, so I'm thinking, okay, there's something that a lot of people are going through, because everybody's in silence. They don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Some of the things that we don't talk about need to be talked about.
Like that. And that facts.
Yeah.
Truth. Anything else?
I think we are good. We are golden.
Okay, well, tomorrow is gonna be a beautiful Sunday, and I hope everybody
Service tomorrow.
Yeah, we having three services tomorrow. Make sure I say it right. 8 o'clock or 8:30, 10 o'clock, 11:30. Say it right.
We have to check it
I
out.
mess up, somebody shows up late, it ain't my fault. Preston will be there to let you know if you're late.
Yeah.
So he waiting outside for me when I show up. He looking at us, he's just like this. Like, dude, come on, man.
What are you doing Easter Sunday? He's tapping his hand. Thought his watch was messed up.
Yeah, he was dressed up on Easter Sunday, though, man. Look sharp, man. I was like, okay.
He's a good dude.
See you, man. Yeah, he's a good man. So, but as always, we appreciate y'all listening, and we'll talk to you all next week. Be careful.
Right. Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
It's the drip from me, Strozar.